Stop playing. Stop playing. Shh. Hey. Just say
yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga. When Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he was his life first. So they alert, the cop demon, it's the exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gonna run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, need cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnap my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want this land. In the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign. Yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like a Jake when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Am I good on the camera?
Yeah.
Am I really good on the camera? Because the camera is not in front of me.
You're on the left. Or you're on you're on your left.
So I need to scoot over.
Yeah.
Do the camera need to go up?
You film most of the screen.
All right. In here. All right, let's clap it up, guys. Clap it up. Hey, belong me, how about Shimmy Shop Rock a thumb to all the brothers, and how it's small the thumb by Shimmy Shop to all the sisters with Isupk. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. All right, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. Right? And today's class is what about the Sabbath? Right? It's a Sabbath day, right? What about the Sabbath day? You know, every time we look in the world, right? People call. Like just the other day on Sunday, I got off the slave. You know, I'm riding around trying to find something to eat. Everything's closed. I was like, you know, mom and pop shops are closed. My Mexican restaurants closed. I'm looking around like Chick-fil-A closed. I'm like, damn. I started thinking. I said, why are they closed? I started thinking. I said, oh, it's Sunday. You know, I'm so much in the truth. Things should be closed on Saturdays. I'm in my mind. You do what I'm saying? In my mind, but here in America, right, an extension of Rome, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's like opposite day, but it's opposite life. You know what I'm talking about? The people that are supposed to be at the top are at the bottom. And the people that are supposed to be at the bottom are at the top. It's like opposite life. You feel me? The Sabbath day is supposed to be on the last day of the week, on the 7th day of the week, but they celebrate on the first day of the week. They keep it on the first day of the week. It's like opposite day, right? The Lord said that alternative lifestyles is an abomination, right? The Lord says the alternative lifestyles is an abomination, and they say that alternative lifestyles is A-okay. Pride Month. You know what I mean? You can love who you want to love. That's what they say. That's what happens, right? The Lord says that thy body is thy temple. Here in America, they make drugs legal. You do what I'm saying? It's the opposite, real talk, of the Lord's kingdom. Of what the Lord wants, this place is totally opposite. And the Sabbath day is something so ancient, you know what I mean? So ancient and so simple. But even the simplest of things, they flip it. They want to flip it and make it evil, right? So now we got to get into the history of how it became that, and what is the reason for that. You dig what I'm saying? Did you get that? You got that article? Let's read that article. It says I'm gonna send you the article. So you can read along with us. Because this is it's gonna get heavy. It's gonna get heavy. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
You go ahead and go whenever you're ready.
Who changed the day of worship from Saturday to Sunday?
Who changed?
Why?
Who changed it from Saturday to Sunday, and why? Go ahead.
The vast majority of mainstream Christians go to church on Sunday. Yet the Bible speaks of observing the seventh day Sabbath. Who changed the Sabbath and why?
That's what I'm saying. What about the Sabbath day? Who changed the Sabbath and why? That's a good title too. You know? That's a great title. You feel me? Go ahead. Go ahead, Top DR.
The vast majority of mainstream Christians go to church.
We already read that.
Many are shocked to hear about some Christians actually going to church on Saturday.
Wait. Oh, okay.
You want me to read the highlighted part?
No. You was right. You was right. I had to click continue reading.
Yeah.
To actually get the, you feel me? Get the full article.
Study. The vast majority of mainstream Christians go to church on Sunday. Some regularly, others occasionally. Many are shocked to hear about some Christians actually going to church on Saturday. However, the Bible teaches the observance of the seventh day Sabbath. So how did this come to be? History provides some shocking details.
Mm-hmm. This is history. It's history. And it's simple history to look up. But, you know, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we ain't going to look up no history. You know what I'm talking about? You know what we're going to do? Yes, that's right, Pastor. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Some of the new house, or some of the new car, some of the new job, you need to summon a new life. Summon a new life. Become a new person. Because the person that you are now, you don't give a damn about God. You don't give a damn about God. All people care about in the world is fulfilling their fleshly lusts. Whether it's smoking weeds, whether it's smoking cigarettes, whether it's going to church to get a good feeling, praise dancing, singing something about the name Jesus. Take me to the king head ass. Yeah. You feel me? They just go to church to get a good feeling on a Sunday, and the rest of the week they just live how they want to live. They're living a lie. We can't be like that. If we believe in wearing your fringes, right? We also have to believe in paying tithes. We believe in paying tithes. We also have to believe in not being an adulterer. We believe in not being an adulterer. We also got to believe in not smoking weed, cigarettes, right? If we believe in that, then we have to believe in the Sabbath. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? We can't pick and choose what law to keep. We can't pick and choose what law you know what I mean, that the Lord, you dig what I'm saying? That's what everybody else does. Everybody else does that. Here in the ISUPK, as being an Israelite here in the ISUPK, we have to do the righteous, rehearse the righteous acts, become righteous. You dig what I'm saying? Be blameless according to the Lord. Go ahead.
The Bible makes it clear that Christ observed the Saturday Sabbath.
Christ did what?
Observed the Saturday Sabbath.
I thought these people Christ-like. Right? These people Christ-like. Christ observed the Saturday Sabbath. I'm sure as hell Christ didn't do the Christmas. I'm sure as hell Christ didn't celebrate his birthday. I'm positive about it. You feel me? But you know what he did do? Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. How come the church don't do that? And do they wonder why? Do they even think about it? Like, I wonder if Christ didn't celebrate Christmas, why do we celebrate Christmas? If Christ didn't celebrate Easter, why do we celebrate Easter? They don't think about it. They just do it. Yes, that's right, Pastor. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yes. Oh, she filled with the Holy Ghost. That's a act. That's a fake. You're lying. You're lying on God. You're lying on yourself. You're lying to me. You know what I'm talking about? It's all lies. Real talk. Keep going.
And his apostles also observed the Sabbath after his death. Many defenders of mainstream Christianity try to attribute the origin of keeping Sunday to the apostles. Even so, many Sunday-keeping churches have to admit that there is no scriptural basis for switching to Sunday, nor is there any command by the apostles to not keep the Saturday Sabbath.
Oh, wait, go ahead.
Who changed the Sabbath day? Since the Sabbath was not changed in the Bible, who changed the day of worship from Saturday to Sunday?
Stop. It says that the Sabbath was recognized in the Bible as Saturday, right?
Right.
That's what it said. But then you go to church, and the church reads the Bible on a Sunday and say the Sunday is the Sabbath day. Wait a minute. That means they're not reading the Bible.
Right.
That means they're lying to the whole congregation. Next week I'm gonna do a class about tithes, because they be lying about that too, or telling the truth about that. I look. I just know that's the only. They said the laws are done away with until it come to giving your money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Hey, you know the laws are done away with, sis. But make sure you keep that law of tithing. What? That don't even make sense. It's asinine. I can say that word. It's a cool word. Oh, go ahead. Keep going, bro.
okay. When did this change occur? After the death of the original apostles.
Wait. After what?
The death of the original apostles.
Of the original apostles. So after Christ died, the apostles took over, right? Peter took over, Paul took, right? But after they started dying, new apostles came up. You dig, under that order of Christ. This is history. This is history, because the truth had to keep going. You dig what I'm saying? So after those original apostles died, Peter, Paul, James, Luke, Matthew, you dig what I'm saying? More apostles or more followers of Christ had to come up in that place. Right? Go ahead. So after the death of the original apostles, right?
New ideas began to be introduced into Christianity. During the 2nd century, Ignatius, Justin Martyr, Irenaeus, and Clement of Alexandria attacked Sabbath observance. Tertullian followed in the 3rd century.
Right? This is 200 years after Christ died. Then they started to attack the idea of the Sabbath day and the worship of Sunday service. They start to that ain't right. Sunday is the worship. But we know Sunday comes from what, Talia?
From the Romans. Worshiping the sun.
It comes from what?
Worshiping the sun.
Worshiping the sun, that's every culture on the planet worships the sun or the moon. Some of them do both, and the stars, and the winter solstice, and the spring equinox. Everybody, every culture on the planet worships something that has to do with the stars, the moon, the space. Everyone, except the Israelite culture, because we have laws to stay away from that thing there, to worship it, right? We have laws to stay away from worshiping that. Only the Israelite culture stays away from worshiping the sun. But you see how cunning they are to get us to worship the sun, to get us to worship the moon. That's what Monday is. You know, Monday is the worship of the moon day. That's what Monday means, the moon day. That's why you go back to work on that day. Sunday, you off of work. Moon day, you go back to work. Real talk. Keep going, Talia. It's gonna get it gets good. It gets better. It's gonna be some ish. Oh snap! I can't see.
At the Council of Nicaea in AD 325, Roman Emperor Constantine and the Catholic Church established Sunday as a day of rest. And at the Council of Laodicea around 365, the Catholic Church made it illegal to Judaize or be idle from work on the seventh-day Sabbath.
Right. So they made it say on that day, right? Constantine came in and was like, all right, well, the day of rest is not Saturday no more, it's Sunday. Right? And they were still resting on the Sabbath on Saturday. And then they came in and made it illegal on Saturday to be rest. You do what I'm saying? They made it illegal to rest on the Saturday. So now on Sunday is the only day you can rest. Sounds like slavery, huh? Only thing is, Constantine's a black man. You do what I'm saying? Constantine's a black man. That's the only difference. All black people ain't righteous. Even back then, they wasn't righteous. At the time of Christ, the leaders wasn't righteous. After Christ, you think the leaders are going to be righteous? No. No. Because they are of their father, the devil. Let's keep going.
These changes were accepted by what had become the majority of Christianity, but scattered and persecuted groups of Christians continue to observe the seventh-day Sabbath and other teachings of the early New Testament church. How could such a major change?
Hold on. Read that again. And I want you to tell me what it's saying. Go ahead.
These changes were accepted by what had become the majority of Christianity, but scattered and persecuted groups of Christians continue to observe the seventh-day Sabbath and other teachings of early New Testament church.
What that mean?
So the ones that accepted it were all right, but those that kept the old tradition, they were persecuted by other Christian groups.
Yes, but put it in today's terms.
P.D. Jackson.
You want to give it a shot, this?
Well, I was going to say what it said.
Okay, so the ones that observed the 7-day Sabbath, right? That was persecuted, those Christians, right? Those followers of Christ, right? that kept the 7-day Sabbath and the teachings of the early New Testament church, which would be the apostles, right? The apostles, Christ. That was the New Testament church or whatever, the new thing on the block. You dig what I'm saying? But they observed the 7-day Sabbath. That's the ISUPK.
Yeah.
That would be the ISUPK. And we were persecuted even back then for keeping the Sabbath day. You know how we keep the Sabbath day and they say, y'all crazy. Y'all do that? Y'all crazy. Sabbath day is on a Sunday. Or on the Sabbath day, you got to sit in your room with the lights off and not do no work. You dig what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Yes.
Even then, the men of the Lord get persecuted. The men of the Lord always got persecuted for doing what the Lord said. Same way you get persecuted, Taviar. Same way when you try to get the Sabbath day off, your job to him, the hell? Saturday? No. You tell him, man, I'm a Messianic Jew, man. I gotta get this. You know what I mean? I gotta go serve the Lord. They go, bring me a note. You know, a note. Bring me a letter. A letter. But meanwhile, Christians say, oh man, I'm gonna go to church on Sunday. All right, man, you can have it off.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? You understand that, sis? Keep going.
How could such a major change come about? What were the underlying reasons for the change from Saturday to Sunday?
It's finna get there. It's finna get good. Go ahead.
Why was the Sabbath changed to Sunday? So what made the mainstream Christian church change the day of rest and worship from Saturday to Sunday so long ago? The major cause seemed to be a combination of church authority overriding scriptural principles and the influences of sun worship and anti-Semitism.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Of sun worship. The influence of sun worship. There it is. That's why it was changed from Saturday to Sunday. Because the influence of sun worship and then the church's authority to have authority over scriptures. Over the scriptural principles, that's where it started. It started with that first. It started with the Sabbath service first. From changing the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday, and then they can say that the laws are done away with. Because they had to take the simplicity out of it first. Because when you start to take the simple out of it, the simple sin, that opens up the door for the big sins. That opens up the door for you know what I mean? But it's not simple because they went from worshiping on the Sabbath, right, to worshiping a whole sun god on a Sunday. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. Just like now, your mama go to church on Sunday and don't even know that she's worshiping a sun god. She don't know that. You dig what I'm saying? Same thing back then. Keep going.
The Catholic Church claimed authority to change the scriptural principles. Around AD 400, Augustine, a respected Catholic theologian, proclaimed that the holy doctors of the church have decreed that all glory of the Jewish Sabbath is transferred to it, Sunday. Let us therefore keep the Lord's Day as the ancients were commanded to do the Sabbath.
So they changed it from Saturday to Sunday. And they say, so we're going to keep the laws of Sabbath day. We're just going to do it on Sunday. That's why everything is closed on Sunday. You did? Go down 1, 2, 3. Go down three paragraphs where it says, here's another instance.
Okay. Here is another instance in which Sunday worship was put into practice based on the Catholic Church's claim of authority to change scriptural principles. Again, mainstream church authorities will assume it what the apostles wanted.
Right? They assume that's what the apostles wanted. But the apostles didn't fit that.
Right.
Not Peter, not Paul, not James, Luke, Matthew, John. No, none of them. None of them said that they wanted to change the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday. Not Christ. So who gives the Catholic Church authority to do that? The devil. Go ahead.
Okay. Other Catholic writers made it clear that state services and worship are not endorsed by biblical teachings, but only by the church's authority.
Ooh, you know what? The church seems like they're the devil in this. They're the deceiver in this. You dig what I'm saying? That's what the church looks like. We exposing Christianity today, right? We done with this. Let's get some scripture. How about that? How about that? Meet me outside. How about that? It says the origins of Sunday worship of worship on Sunday, right? It was the guy named Buckham. He was an early church historian, early historian. He used to do history after Christ died. He used to write down history in the time of Josephus, right? He said that Sunday worship must have originated in Judea in the mid-1st century in the period of Acts of the Apostles, no later than the Gentile mission. He regards the practice as universal by the early 2nd century with no hint of controversy, right? That's what they were doing back then. He was one of the first ones to come and say that, oh, no, the apostles worship on a Sunday. You know what I mean? They worshiped on a Sunday. How's he on? I like this because this just happened to us on for Passover, right? And then we had the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then we broke the Feast of Unleavened Bread on Sunday.
Yeah.
This is what the Christian church used. Give me Acts 20. Acts 20 and 6. This is exactly what happened to the apostles is the same thing that happened to us. Just this Passover. It's gonna get good.
Got it. It's the book of Acts 20, verse 6. And we sailed away from Philippi.
That's where the Philippians stayed. Philippi. Go ahead.
After the days of unleavened bread, and came unto them to Troas in 5 days, where we abode 7 days. Verse 7. And upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread, Paul preached unto them, ready to depart on the morrow and continue his speech until midnight.
That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the closing of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You dig what I'm saying? But they want to use that because it was the first day of the week that Paul preached. They want to use that to say that, okay, yeah, worship. But that has nothing to do with worshiping on Sunday. That has everything to do with breaking the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Same thing we did. Because when we broke the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we taught. We had a whole Sabbath service on that day.
Yeah.
That's how idiocracy these Christians are. That's how slow they are. I'm gonna say it. They slow. They borderline retarded. Feel me? Okay. Borderline. Give me Genesis chapter 2 and 2 and 2. These Christians, man, they mess up the whole world. They mess up the whole world. They want to. You did, boo. You change the truth of God into a lie. Every time y'all do what y'all do, you're changing the truth of God into a lie, and you're making Christ out to be a liar.
This is the book of Genesis.
You're not making Christ out to be a liar. You're making Christ out to be a like null and void because he died for you. He died for you to have a second chance, but then you just taking that second chance and you boo-booing on it. You do what I'm saying? You squatting on you just basically boo-booing on Christ and on his name and everything that he represented. You do what I'm saying? And then they want to call themselves a follower of Christ. How do you follow Christ, bro, when you don't do nothing that Christ did? Nothing. Like you don't try to do some of the things. Nothing. And then when we tell you about it, you say, well, can't nobody keep all the law. So you just try to keep no law then. You feel me? You like, can't nobody keep all the law, and then you just don't keep none of the law. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. They just really don't believe in the power of the Most High. They don't believe in the power of Christ. You dig what I'm saying? They don't believe in that. They don't believe Christ did those miracles. You dig what I'm saying? If they believe Christ did those miracles, they'd be like, shit, if a nigga can turn water into wine, and it can turn me into a frog. Oh, you feel me? They don't believe Christ coming back. They don't believe Christ coming back. Then they're gonna say he come back with fire and brimstone. If you know he come back with fire and brimstone, well, don't you think you want to be on his good side when he come back? They don't want to do no research. They don't want to learn. They don't want to ask questions. They just good in the hood. They good in living their life where they live their life. They're good being addicted to drugs. They're good being addicted to having sex with other men's wives. They're good with being drunkards. They're good with being addicted to cigarettes. They're good with it. They good with celebrating other gods. That's why every time you talk to a Christian, you're telling me about Christmas. See, I know Christmas, baby. Why do you do it? I do it for the kids. So you're going to show your kids pagan customs. You tell your kids not to lie to you. You tell your kids not to lie to you, but then you lie to your kid. Easter bunnies lay eggs. Bunnies lay eggs. Good night. Then when they get older, they're like, bunnies don't lay eggs, so they can't trust a damn thing you tell them. They can't trust nothing. They can't trust nothing their parents told them. So what they tell them? You told me I couldn't sell. You told me not to sell drugs. But then you also told me that Easter bunnies lay eggs. So if you was lying about that, why won't you be lying about selling drugs? I'm gonna go sell drugs. You told me not to hate my brother, but you was lying about Christmas and Santa Claus and tooth fairies and whatever else would they lie about. Boy, they lie about so much. You dig what I'm saying? You tell kids, stranger danger, don't take candy from strangers. But then on Halloween, you walk them right up to the door to take candy from strangers. Good night. You feel me? So it's okay to do it now? You know what I mean? It confuses the kids because the parents are confused. Real talk. It makes no sense. No wonder why Dwayne Wade's son want to be Zion. He's confused just like Daniel Dwayne Wade's confused. Then when the Isupk come around, everybody want to be, you know what I mean? Everybody want to walk past us like we crazy. Meanwhile, you out here, you're a boy pretending to be a girl. You're a boy that want to be a girl that want a girl that wants to be a boy. And you looking at us like we crazy. Where to make that make sense? Make that make sense. The Lord says that alternative lifestyle is an abomination. They let them all up in the church and run the choir session. You dig what I'm saying? The choir director is an alternative lifestyle member. He likes Pride Month. He goes out there and marches for Pride Month and then goes to church. It says, God. Make it make sense. You feel me? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then they get mad at Diddy because Diddy's talking about take that, take that, take that, take that. You can't get mad at Diddy. Your pastor's take that, taking that, taking that, taking that. Or he's giving it, giving it, giving it. Ask T.D. Jakes. He was there. Go ahead, Talia.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made.
Uh-huh.
And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Good night. On the seventh day, the Lord rested. The Lord kept the Sabbath day. What makes us better than the Lord? Now, we don't have to keep the Sabbath day. The Lord kept the Sabbath day. Now, you don't have to keep the Sabbath day. The Lord kept the Sabbath day. Now, Pastor Pork Chop ain't got to keep the Sabbath day. But the Lord kept the Sabbath day. Ain't that something? We must be better than God, huh? We better than God? Hell no. Oh, hell, look, Chuck. Look. I don't want that title. I don't want that, you know what I mean? I don't want that reputation. You know, no, shorty. I do what the Lord says. I'm nowhere near that. I don't want to be nowhere near that. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. The Lord kept the Sabbath day. What should we do? If God kept the Sabbath day, what should we do? Young brothers back there, what should we do? We should do what the Lord did, right? Huh? The Lord kept the Sabbath day, right? We should keep the Sabbath day. The Lord didn't eat pork. We should not eat pork, right? Right? We should be followers of Christ, right? We should do what Christ did. Right. Yeah. Look at him. You smarter than the pastor at the church. Because the pastor at the church said, ain't nothing wrong with pork. And you just said, see, pork is unclean. And they run around and they roll around in dirt. They roll around in mud. You know what I'm talking about? He's smarter than they eat what? He's smarter than Pastor Pork Chop.
That's right.
How old are you? How old are y'all? They're 6 years old, and they got more knowledge and more sense than the damn grown ass pastor.
Even the if we give them anything, they'll eat
it. Anything, they'll eat it. You're right. You want to know why we don't eat pork? Because God said not to eat pork. No. All you have to say is because God said we not to eat pork. Right? Yeah. Because God said not to do it, so we don't do it.
We don't eat cow.
Yeah.
Only the cow babies.
You feel me? Only cow babies drink cow milk. I feel it. I understand. I definitely understand what y'all talking about. Because all the mammals make milk for their babies, right? And cows make cow milk for cow babies. It makes so much sense. You know what? These 6-year-olds, they smart. They smart. Good job, sis. They smart. Y'all are smart. Y'all know that? Y'all are excellent brothers. Keep on studying, all right? That's right. Keep on studying. Go ahead, Taziana.
Okay. Verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it.
And did what?
Sanctified it.
Oh, can we get that definition of sanctify? I want to know what sanctify means. I'm pretty sure sanctify, you know, tomorrow sanctify means something deep. I'm sorry. You know, a little sweat never hurt nobody, huh?
Got it.
Go ahead.
Sanctified, made holy, consecrated.
You said made holy.
Right.
You know what holy means?
Separate.
Separate. So he separated that day. We can go back to the scripture. You got what I wanted already. That was the second one. Real quick and easy, right?
Yes.
The Lord sanctified the seventh day. He made the seventh day holy, made the seventh day separate. The seventh day is separate from all the other days. You got days 1 through 6, and then there's the seventh day. It's separate. You think what I'm saying? Like, you think what I'm saying? You got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the Sabbath day is separate from that. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Hold on 1 second. I got you. Go ahead. Talk to you.
Because that in it he had rested from all his work, which God created and made.
Right, because that's the day that he rested. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all the day to rest. I'm gonna give y'all a day to not do nothing. I'm gonna give y'all a day to chill and do whatever you need to do. But you know what the Lord knew that we didn't know at that time? That one day we was gonna be in captivity. And one day we was gonna need that Sabbath day, right? Because the Lord was gonna make you work the oppressor was gonna make you work 7 days a week. You dig what I'm saying? That Sabbath day is for you. So you can get whatever you need to get done. You dig what I'm saying? That's what the Sabbath day is for. For sisters, after the Sabbath service, hey, y'all want to go to the gym? You want to go spend some time with your boys? You want to clean the house? You want to listen to R&B music? You know what I'm talking about? And clean up or watch a movie, have movie time with your kids, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? For me and you, Tatiana, what do we do on the Sabbath after Sabbath service?
Lord's work.
We do the Lord's work. And we ain't playing no games out. We ain't playing no games about it. No games about doing the Lord's work. Because we're going to push this truth.
Right.
You feel me? Drop and give me 50. Hey, Drake song. We're going to push up this truth. You did? Right? Give me Exodus 16. Because then in Exodus, he reiterated it, you know what I'm talking about, to the Israelites.
Verse.
No, Exodus 16:28. So like I didn't tell you.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 28. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws?
Right. That's what the Lord said unto Moses. How long are you gonna? He's just like he's telling the pastor. He tells the Christian church that all the time through us. How long are you gonna refuse the commandments of the Lord? How long are they gonna refuse it? Because they're basically refusing it and rejecting God. Imagine that. God is telling them to do this and do that, and they said, hell no, shorty, I do what I want to do. Well, okay. Off with his head. And you cannot be mad about that. You cannot be mad about that. I just always use the impression that when the Lord, when Christ returns, and they're gonna be like, but I didn't know nothing about the Sabbath day. And be like, yes, you did. And they're gonna flip it back. You know what I mean? He gonna flip your mind back. Boom. And so you walk right by us on the corner and you listen to us for a little bit. And we was telling you about the Sabbath day. We was telling you about this law and that law, right? And you was like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, and kept walking. And they was telling you right there. How was I supposed to know that they was out there telling you? That's what's gonna happen. I just think that Christ tap them in the temple like that is gonna be like a movie in their mind. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you can't say you didn't, like, you can't say you never heard it. Can't say you never heard it. Oh, I didn't know. You knew. You just didn't care. And you can't say, I didn't have nowhere to go celebrate. I didn't have nowhere to go keep the Sabbath and this, that, and this, that, and that, and the third. Hell, Isupk is are professionals at keeping the law and keeping the Sabbath service. You dig what I'm saying? Find the Isupk nearest you, school nearest you, get in class and learn. I know nothing about it either until I got in class and learned. What about you, Taziar?
I know you.
What about you, sis? Until you got into class and learned about it. But you have to want to learn about it. You have to want to do right by God. You have to want to be righteous and do right by God. You want to do anything and everything to do right by America,
right? But
you don't want to do right by God. That's crazy. Who has higher authority, America or God? Trump or God? Biden or God? The Most High got more authority. Hell, on this earth, I got more authority. You got more authority on this earth. They got more authority on this earth than them. You know what I'm talking about? At least when we pray, the Lord hear it. The Lord be like, oh, that's what you want? Okay, no sweat. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Oh, it was that easy? Yeah, it's that easy. You know what I'm talking about? Keep going, tell you.
Okay. Verse 29. See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day.
Right, because this is at the time that what's the name was coming. You dig what I'm saying? That the death angel was coming. So he was telling you, I'm gonna give you bread enough for 2 days. Don't on that Sabbath, nobody come out their house. Because the death angel was coming through. Slide through them. You know what I'm talking about? Killing every firstborn of everything. You feel me? And the Lord is like saying, don't get caught up. I'm surprised none of the Israelites came out there. Knowing we stiff-necked and hard-headed and rebellious. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no Israelite pop their head out the door. What's going on out here? You know what I'm talking about? Here, because they gotta be hearing the screams and the cries and the animals going crazy. You know what I mean? They gotta be hearing it. So I know they like ain't know it. What's going on outside? Huh? You know how Israelites is. They just gotta be nosy. They gotta see it for themselves. Like Lot's wife, she just had to turn around and watch Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed and turn into a pillar of salt. She's got to. Right? Keep going.
Okay.
Oh,
Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. Verse 30. So the people rested on the 7th day.
Right. Give me Exodus 20 and 8. Because you want to know something? What the Christian church is gonna say? I keep the 10 Commandments. Well, this is the 10 Commandments right here. This is part of the 10 Commandments right here. Exodus 20 and 8. You know, there's rules to every law, right? There's a law, but then there's rules on how to keep that law, statutes on how to keep that law. This is the law, right? This is the law of the Sabbath day. And there's rules on how to keep the Sabbath day. You dig what I'm saying? Taziar, you're gonna need this.
This one?
Yeah. You're gonna need these. You're gonna need this scripture.
Yeah, I'm putting it. There's a book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy.
No, it says remember the Sabbath day.
Sorry. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
To keep it separate. To keep it sanctified.
To keep it holy.
All right.
Verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor.
Right.
And do all thy work.
Right. 6 days. You got 6 days to work. 6 days to labor and do all your work. Everything you need to do, right? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Ooh-wee. The 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Says, pull out your calendar for me. Everybody online, pull out your calendars. On your phone, go to your calendar. What's the first day of the week? What's the first day of the week? Oh, what? I can't hear you.
Sunday.
Sunday is the first day of the week. Right? What's the 7th day of the week? What is it?
Saturday.
It's 7th day. It's Saturday. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's very, very simple. You think what I'm saying? These people just want to disobey God. That's what they want to do. And it just so happened to be my people. What's up, Taziar?
I was going to answer the question.
Oh, that's what happened. It's that simple. You want to debunk the Sabbath day? That's all you have to do is pull out your calendar on your phone. Tell them to argue with that. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with God. Argue with your own calendar that's in your phone, genius.
Right.
They're gonna be like, Monday the first day of the week, but no, it's not. If Monday was the first day of the week, where would it would say that? But it doesn't. It doesn't state that. I don't think there's no calendar on the earth that's different. You feel me? Go ahead, Taziar.
Okay. In it, thou shalt not do any work.
Right. In the Sabbath day, you shouldn't do any work. And now sis, when they say not do any work, there's some Israelite groups that sit like you shouldn't do any work. And they sit there in their bed all day like this. With no lights on, don't eat nothing. They make their kids not eat nothing. They make their kids sit in their room all day like this. Don't do no work. That's what they say. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's not how you keep the Sabbath. When it says no work, it means no servile work. Whatever you do those 6 days to get money, you know what I mean? Whatever your profession is, you ain't got it. Nobody can make you come to work on the Sabbath. You dig what I'm saying? Especially if you're in the truth. If you're in the truth, right? And you a business owner, yeah, you're not supposed to work. You can't make your people, you can't make the brothers work on that. Like, bro, you got to work. Hell no, show you it's the Sabbath. No, show you just slack it, sir. It's the Sabbath, sir. Slack. The Lord said, you know what I'm talking about? I don't think anybody can argue with that. You feel me? You're a business owner. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that, Taziar?
I understand.
I know Captain Cesaria, his business should be shut down. Or I think you can still order oils, maybe. But you can't, but he ain't doing no oils. He's not gonna be like, oh, there's an order. No, that's not what Captain Cesaria does. Then he'd be breaking the law. You dig what I'm saying? Keep going.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Hold on. Start that part over again. Because it started naming shit. You know what I'm talking about? It started naming stuff. A whole bunch of people can't work. You know what I'm talking about? Wait a minute. You can't work. Not only you can't work. Go ahead.
Okay. In it, thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son,
Your son can't do no work.
nor thy daughter,
Your daughter can't do no work.
thy manservant,
Your manservant can't do no work.
nor thy maidservant,
Your maid can't do no work.
nor thy cattle,
You know the mule that plows the field and pulls the what's the name that you know what I mean? He don't want him doing no work either.
Right.
You feel me? If you got bulls or something that does that you use for work, he doesn't. No, sir. He don't want them working either. He don't want your cattle working, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm talking about? That's crazy. Keep going. The Lord ain't playing no games. Go ahead.
Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Right. Let's say that in the future we're gonna have servants, right? That from other there's gonna be other nations, right? They can't do no work. Even on the Sabbath day, they gotta rest too. The Lord is there. My God is an excellent God. That's excellent. He even cares about the slaves. You feel me? Like he even cares about the way you treat your slaves, bro. That the Lord is excellent. The God is an excellent God. There's no power like him. Go ahead.
Verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them is.
Right. He's giving you an explanation. The Lord don't got to give you no explanation, but he's giving you an explanation, the reason why. He said, in 6 days, I made heaven, I made the earth, the sea, and everything that's in it. All the animals, everything that's that's in the ocean that's swimming around. I made all that in 6 days. I heard something over there. It was what? Oh, okay. In 6 days, he made all that. You can't do all your work in 6 days. On that seven day rest, you telling me that you can't do that? You know what our problem is? We money hungry. We want all the money. All money ain't good. Some money that we not supposed to get. You feel me? Some money is supposed to just sit there, especially on the Sabbath. Like, because we have morals. We have principles that we stand on. Right? Go ahead.
And rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day.
Made it separate. Bless the Lord's day and it's separate. They go repeating it. Leviticus 20. Like holy days, right? You know every holy day. That's why I said when we the Feast of Unleavened Bread, when we broke our fast, we ran it like a Sabbath service, even though it was on a Sunday. Because all the feasts of the Lord, all the Lord are Sabbaths. That's how important the Sabbath is. The Lord ain't playing no games with us. You hear me? The Lord don't play no games with us, bro. And he reiterates it over and over and over and over again. I'm gonna show you what Christ with the same old rules. What's up? Yeah, I know. He was raising his hand.
He made his hands and then he took.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
No, speak unto everybody.
The children of Israel.
Speak unto and Moabites and Ammonites and Edomites and Ishmaelites.
The children of Israel.
It says, speak unto the Israelites. Go ahead.
And say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
What is a convocation? I mean, hey, I don't want no guessing. Everybody got a Google machine. Everybody got a Google machine. I'm just saying. Oh. Oh shit. You smart. You smart. You know what the complication is. You smart. She what is it, Taziar?
I was gonna get that. I didn't know it was.
What is it?
Get it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a holy convocation. A separate gathering. It's separate. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Even these are my feasts. Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest,
Right?
and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Wherever you rest at, it's the Sabbath of the Lord. In all your dwellings, wherever you sleep at, wherever you live at, right? You know what's so important about this right here? These are the feasts of the Lord. Like these are the high holy days. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. And he starts out with the Sabbath day. You dig what I'm saying? You know how on the Sabbath day, I mean not on the Sabbath day, but on the high holy days, niggas take off work so we can be there to prepare for the Sabbath. That's simple. It's like that. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? It's just as heavy as Passover, just as heavy as Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits, the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. The Sabbath day is every Sabbath, and it's just as heavy, it's just as important. That's why we stress it so much. Keep going, Tazir.
Okay. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Right? So not we have the high holy day, and we have the Sabbath service as the Sabbath day, right? But then even the feast of the Lord, the high holy days of the Lord in their own seasons are Sabbath days also. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the
Hold on, let me go to my notes. Go to my notes. Because there's rules to keep it, right? I'll find it. Give me Matthew 12:1. Because they even tried to play Jesus, bro. You know what I mean? They even tried to play Jesus on the NBA. You can't do no work on the Sabbath. You can't, you know what I'm talking about? You can't eat, you can't sleep. You know what I'm talking about? Only thing you can do is sleep like this. You feel me? You can't use no electricity. Did we get kindle a fire? We didn't get kindle a fire. Hold on one second. Exodus 35:3. How can I forget this, bro?
I got it. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle.
Start at verse 1.
Okay. Book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 1. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, These are the words which the Lord hath commanded that ye should do them. Verse 2. 6 days work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day.
Right. 6 days work should be done. And the Lord commanded this to us. The Lord didn't, it wasn't no suggestion box like at the Christian church. At the Christian church, give me your suggestions on how we can make the Lord's house a better house. Shut up. That's how you can make that's how you can make that house a better house, by shutting the up. You know what I'm talking about? You want to make it a better house? Give Commanding Junior Honda the keys to your church. You want it to be a better house? Give Commanding Junior Honda the keys. Simple. Call the ISUPK school nearest you and tell them, I want to turn over my keys to my church. And let us go in there and do all the necessary cleansing of it. And you do what I'm saying? But he commanded us to do this. It wasn't no suggestion box. The Lord didn't suggest none of these commandments, none of these laws. He commanded us to do it. You feel me? There's no option. There's no option 2. There's no check this. You feel me?
Right.
There's no option 2, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. A Sabbath of rest to the Lord.
Right. It's a 6 days shall thy work be done, but on the 7th shall be an holy day, a separate day. Go ahead.
A Sabbath of rest to the Lord.
Right.
Whosoever doth work therein shall be put to death.
Ooh, no, they should be smacked on the hand.
Shall be put to death.
Hugs and kisses.
Shall be put to death.
It's serious, bro. You know what I mean? It's that serious. Whoever does work therein should be put to death. Whoever makes people work should be put to death. Ooh-wee. It ain't no simple simple punishment. Bring 2 turtle doves and a goat. No, nigga. Put to death. Same thing for homosexuality, same thing for adultery. It ain't so sweet no more, right? It ain't so sweet no more, right? Now you think about the Sabbath, like, oh shit. You know what I'm talking about? Now you finna go to work and tell your boss, hey, I can't work on the Sabbath, bro. Exodus 35:3. Look, this is what the Lord said. Put whoever do any work therein will be put to death. It'd be serious like that. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 3. You shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation.
Oh, this is what the fake Israelites use. You can't cook. You can't cook. You can't use your microwave. You gotta sit there all day like this. You gotta sit there all day like this and sleep all day. No. When it's talking about kindling a fire, think of kindling a fire as like an industry. Think of kindling a fire as truck drivers. If you needed a fire kindled, you would call somebody to come that kindles fires, right? To come kindle a fire for you, and you'll pay them. It was like an industry of business. It's not talking about you at home getting 2 rocks together and you know what I mean? It's not talking about that, Taziar. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's talking about you getting the guy Hezekiah that kindles fires Sunday through Friday, and now it's Saturday. You're like, hey man, I need you to come kindle this fire. Come on, man, I'll pay you double. That's what it's talking about. That makes sense, sis? It's just like buying and selling on the Sabbath. You buy and sell on, like, right? But that's talking about merchants. You know what I mean? That's talking about people that own businesses and stuff like that. That's a law for merchants. Because if you know, we black, if we could, we sell shit 7 days a week. Real talk. If it wasn't for the rules of the Lord, we'd sell it. You know, all in the temple and everything. Like to look like just like when Christ went into the temple and they was buying and selling on the Sabbath. They had tables set up and everything. Christ started flipping tables. What the hell y'all doing? Ugh, you know what I'm talking about? I could just see it in my father's house. Ah, you know what I'm talking about? I can see it. I can just see it, bro. I can see it. You know what I'm talking about? If he played about like a movie, but it don't be no Mel Gibson. Was it Mel Gibson that played Passion of the Christ? Yeah. It wasn't no Mel Gibson playing.
He produced it.
Yeah. In my movie of Christ, it'd be Morgan Freeman or something. You know, it's on Denzel Washington. You know, Denzel Washington get mad and his lips start to quiver and shit. Have you ever seen that movie, that Clarence movie? The Book of Clarence? It's on Netflix, bro. Don't watch it. It's boring. I fell asleep on that movie like 3 times. That's what the hell is this movie about? You know, so it reminded me. But hey, shit like that was going on, sis. Shit like that was going on back then. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. Clarence was selling herbs, bro. He was selling weed. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was like, what the hell? And his brother was one of the disciples. His twin brother was one of the disciples. You can watch it if you want. You know what I mean? I just fell asleep on it like 4 or 5 times. I didn't even finish it. I was like, this movie trash, garbage. Let's sit on that one. Go to Mark 12. I think it's Mark 12 and 1.
Matthew.
Oh, Matthew? My bad. Well, see, if you know it, go to it. Yeah, Matthew 12 and 1.
I like these scriptures.
You said what?
I like these scriptures. This one right here. He cut it.
Of course.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, Christ went on the Sabbath day through the corn.
Right.
And his disciples were in hunger.
Right. His disciples was hungry. You know, Christ is going through. Look, Christ is a hell of a leader. You know what I'm talking about? You hungry? Christ gonna feed you. You know what I'm talking about? Your feet dirty? Christ gonna wash them. Christ is a hell of a leader. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, damn, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it, sir. You feel me? Like, you feel me? So his men was hungry. And he was like, all right, there's some corn. Start walking through the cornfield. You know what I'm talking about? Picking corn. Hey. I believe you got to pull it off like real rough.
Yeah.
One for you. You know what I'm talking about? One for you. One for you. Everybody else said, line up. You know, you feel me? Go ahead.
Okay. And began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat.
Right.
Verse 2. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
It's crazy. So you telling me niggas is hungry, see a field of corn, they gonna pluck some corn, you get the munching on it. Oh, no work. You're not supposed to be working. Working. We eating. We hungry. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't working, we eating. What y'all talking about? What is that show? You know how they be talking about that today, nowadays? The same way you can't turn off the light. You can't turn on the lights. It's work. You can't take out the trash. That's work. You know what I'm saying? What you telling me? I can't clean up the temple? I can't clean up the school? You do what I'm saying? That's work. technically, we supposed to sit there in the room like this all day on the Sabbath. On the Sabbath. What does that show? Even back then, black leaders didn't know right from wrong. They didn't understand more. They didn't understand the morals and the spirit of doing of the Bible, the spirit of doing things. Because these are Pharisees and Sadducees. These are black leaders. These are Christians and Muslims. You know what I'm talking about? Right now. Talking about, bro, y'all eating on the Sabbath? You know what I'm talking about? What you talking about, bro? Yeah, we just picked this fruit from this tree. You know what I'm talking about? You want an apple? Like, you feel me? Like, no, that's unlawful on the Sabbath. That's how they be doing. That's how they think, right? Remember we was talking to the guy the other day at the what's the name? Yeah, remember? And that's what he was saying. He was like, so take out the trash. Okay, take out the trash on the Sabbath. What are you talking about, bro? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. But he said unto them, have you not read what David did when he was in hunger, and they that were with him?
Go ahead.
Verse 4. How he entered into the house of God and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests.
Right. Because if y'all know about the showbread, the showbread was for the priests to eat. And they had to be made fresh all day, kept fresh. You feel me? But David, he was on the run from Saul, King Saul at the time. He snuck into the temple like, hey, I'm being hungry. We need some bread. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't finna do nothing but throw it out anyway. Anybody, you know what I'm talking about? Give me that bread that y'all finna throw out. Give me the bread. Like, so they was a G. You know what I'm talking about? Like, snatched her from him, like, looked him up and down and was like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Probably something like gang. You feel me? Go to Samuel 1 and go to 1 Samuel 21. Start at verse 1. We're gonna get the record for you. 1 Samuel 21.
21 and 1.
Yep.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, verse 1. Then came David to know to Ahimelech, the priest, and Ahimelech was afraid at the meeting of David.
I want to be too, bro. David was real. He was killer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, David, bro. I ain't got no smoke with you, bro. You feel me? You know Saul looking for you, bro, but I ain't got no smoke. All right, chill. You know what I'm talking about? Like for real. He was scared. He didn't want to meet David. Nobody. A lot of brothers didn't want to meet David. You feel me? Just like they don't want to meet Captain Cobb. You know what I'm talking about? Like real talk. But I can understand. You know what I'm talking about? I can understand on the outer appearance. If you don't never had a conversation with the man, he seems pretty intimidating. Like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? Make you do one of those and keep walking. Yeah, you feel me?
Right.
Shalom, sir. And keep on going. I'm gonna go about my business. You feel me? Yeah. You think what I'm saying? Go ahead. Or like an Officer Ron. Officer Ron be looking. Officer Tazda look a little intimidating. Shalom, sir. I'll keep on moving. Go ahead.
And said unto him, why art thou alone, and no man with thee?
Right, you came up here alone. Saul looking for you. You got men, but you gonna come up here alone? David ain't barring none of that, bro. I'm good. You know, like you feel me? I got 2 swords. I got a shield. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord is with me. Well, watch it. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And David said unto Ahimelech the priest, the king hath commanded me a business, and has said unto me, let no man know anything of the business whereabout I send thee, and what I have commanded thee. And I have appointed my servants to such and such a place. Verse 3.
Good. So not David, you know, using the king's name. You feel me? The king sent me. Woo, 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 woo. Nobody really knows that the king and is beefing with David at this time. You dig what I'm saying? But so now he's using, you know what I mean? Everybody knows the king, that David was with the king. You dig what I'm saying? So now he's like, shit, the king appointed me to do this, and tell nobody this. So you feel me? Me and my men over here, we hungry. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm talking about? That's what we do, right? Go ahead. And that's how it should be now. We should be able to go, we should be able to be like, we got a mission, right? And we should be able to stop somewhere and be like, and walk in there and be like, hey, yeah, you know, we the priests of the Lord. We on this mission. Commander Junior Hunter sent us on this mission. And me and my men, we hungry. You dig what I'm saying? And they should be like, oh, yeah, well, sit down and eat. You know what I mean? We got a restaurant, sit down and eat for free. That's what they should be like. But do they do that for us? No. They don't do that for us. Nowadays they look at us like we gang members and thugs. Right? Go ahead.
Now, therefore, what is under thy hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in mine hand, or what there is present.
Right. You know what I'm talking about? Give me 5 loaves of bread. Or whatever's present, whatever's in there, give it to me. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the priest answered David and said, there is no common bread under mine hand.
Right. There's no bread for no. What does that mean, Taziar?
There's no bread for any regular person.
Right. There's no bread for no common man. Do he know who he's talking to? I don't think he know who he's talking to. David ain't no regular man. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
But there is hallowed bread, if the young men have kept themselves at least from women.
Right? Holy bread, right?
Right.
You know what holy bread is? Holy bread is separate bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's talking about if the men have kept themselves away from women, like kept themselves clean. Mm-hmm. You think what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 5. And David answered the priest and said unto him, of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days, since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy, and the bread is in a manner common. Yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel.
Go ahead.
6. So the priest gave him hollow bread, for there was no bread there but the shewbread that was taken from before the Lord, to put hot bread in the day when it was taken away.
Right, because you know the showbread had to be made fresh. You know what I mean? And when it wasn't fresh anymore, they'd take it out, throw it out, or they'd give it away. You know what I mean? So that's what they gave him. They gave him the bread. He gave him the bread, but he made him do stipulations and all this. I think I want to say later on in the chapter, Ahimelech dies or something like that. I forget. I gotta check. Right, go back to Matthew 12. So now so it's just like John 3:16. John 3:16, he was having a talk with Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, good night. Good night. What's the dude he was having a conversation with in John the 3rd chapter? Nicodemus. He was talking to Nicodemus, and him and Nicodemus was talking about Israelite history. Here he's talking to more Israelites about Israelite history. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 4. How he entered into the house of God and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests.
Right? Keep going.
Verse 5. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless?
Right, because the priests are making the showbread in the temple. They're kindling fires. They're making showbread. They're not supposed to do no work. So they profane the Sabbath? Do the priests profane the Sabbath from doing the show, from having showbread, making showbread? That's a question.
Oh, no.
No.
Uh,
No, they don't. So how can you say that Christ is profaning the Sabbath for picking corn and eating? They're hypocrites. They were just trying to find something to charge Christ with.
Mhm.
So he brought up the showbread, and they're blameless. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple.
Right. Because Israelites is greater than Israelites is the temple.
Right.
One greater than the temple. Israelites are greater than the temple. Right? The Sabbath was made for man. Man was made for Sabbath. Right? The Sabbath was made for you to have a day of rest and to do whatever you need to do. You feel me? You wasn't made to just be subject to the Sabbath. Like these fake Israelite groups. Like this all day. No work. I can't make me a sandwich. What about the kids? What if the kids hungry? If the kids hungry, can they eat? You can't make no kids no sandwich? I don't think the Lord wants that. That's terrible. They're terrible people. Kids hungry. Hey, we hungry. Hey, it's the Sabbath. You know you can't eat on the Sabbath. You know, no, I can't do no work. It's terrible. It's terrible. Man, I'm gonna have to pick this up next week or something. We'll have to pick this up next week. How's the art?
So,
All right, with that, we're gonna pass over to priest and officer Taz the art. You got to get you. What's hey.
these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Roof on your brothers. Brothers has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapters 18, verses 21, in the book of Malachi, chapters 3, verses 8 to 10. Asherah means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Praise fund, offering praise not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The closing of the feast of first fruits. This closes on Monday, June 17, 2024. Start before sundown. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapters 23, verses 10 to 22. Reminder to any Yakim that wants to be a brother in the school, you're required to wear all black. That includes boots, hairband, and scarf. That concludes the ISUPK security announcements.
Just in there. All right, with that, we can our module, which means to stand. Sorry, turn the face to east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abnau, Bastmai,
Bye.
Kodat, Ayah,
Yeah.
Shemka,
Shaka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malapaka,
Lakota.
Taba'ah,
Tawa.
Masaika,
Sai.
Ayah,
Aya.
Ashur,
Asha.
Ba'aratza,
Aratiza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Ayah,
Aya.
Ashmai,
Bashmai.
Nathanael,
Donna.
Akam,
Nakam.
Ka,
Call.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Osalakina,
Masalak.
Kawatkina,
Kawatina.
Asalakina,
Masalak.
Kawatkina,
Kawatina.
Wala'a,
Waa.
Kabayan
kami ay na
Panasayawan,
wala sa one,
Abal,
ball,
Kawasayan,
ay shy,
Bayang,
yan,
Rai,
right,
Kaya,
kaya,
Naka,
ka,
Amalakwa,
lakwa,
Bahala,
wala,
Bata Parat,
bata para,
Laibulin,
love you,
Ama,
I'm on. Now we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done.
be done as it is in heaven. Give us this day
Our daily bread,
our daily bread.
forgive us our debt,
Forgive us our debt,
as we forgive our debts to
as
us.
we forgive our debt to
And
us.
lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry for the face to front. Sis, you can be seated. I said, sis. All right. Now, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Shem Yahweh Barak. Y'all give him a time. I'm going to start. Turn the face to for one courtesy salute. Sis, you can be said. Wait, hold on a second. 1 second, sis. All right. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, by Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, y'all give me a time. Class dismissed.